Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us today. The awesome day today because we are launching our alpha product. It's the
Woo!
start of the NFL season, so we wanted to reach this goal today to allow some users to come on and try our application out, and so we can get some feedback. But it's a long journey that has transpired. I think we've been working on this for 10 months with a lot of these individuals. Some of these individuals came on a little later, but we are finally announcing that we're launching our alpha application. So, first off, what is Gridiron Survivor? Gridiron Survivor, the project, is a project that I saw that was a missing piece for self taught and boot campers to get their first job. That bridge between there, like understanding process, understanding how to work as a team, the skills to learn how to code review, how to create merges or resolve merge conflicts, and all these little things that you cannot gain by doing it yourself. It's really difficult because as you build your own projects and do things on your own, you're the architect, you are the one approving everything, and it's really simple. But when you work in a team, you work with somebody that's more experienced that can guide you, can stop and say, "Hey, let's make this better," or "Hey, let's this isn't correct. Like you've gone too far with the scope of work. Let's skim it down and let's just focus on the tasks at hand." These skills are very difficult to achieve on your own because you do not have the know-how to do it yet. So this project is a way for these individuals to come on and learn and grow together, cry together, and all of that, which is amazing because I know they've learned so much from just being a part of this project. Now, Greater and Survivor, the application, is an NFL survivor pool or a survivor application. What is a survivor NFL survivor pool? It's a group of people that are choosing who they feel is going to win for the week. And as you make a selection, if you are correct, you move on to the next week. And then the following week, if you made a select into, like, let's say the Packers, you cannot select them again. So as you continue to move forward to like week 10, now you have 9 teams you've selected and you cannot use them again. So now it becomes much harder because now you're limited on selections and you have to be really particular with the individuals that you choose that you believe they're going to win. And so it comes down to the last one standing. Right now, our leagues are maxed out at 5 entries per person. So you have 5 chances, but they dwindle down very quickly. So as the weeks go by, a lot of people start to get eliminated. You have less chances, but at the end of the league, then there will be one winner, or it depends. Sometimes individuals decide to split the pot too. There's usually a side pot or whatever they decide to play for. In our case, it's just we're building this for our my friend Rudy. He is our client, and so he actually does use this or is going to use this per se. So, with that said, would love to show you guys what the alpha application looks like. All right, Alex, are we ready?
Yes. Can you all hear me?
Yes,
Sweet. I'm sharing my screen. Can you all see it?
we can.
Perfect. So imagine this is the website that you're going to, and let's say in the future, one of the admins that's in charge of your league already created a league for you. And let's say you already have an account. So let me go ahead and just log into mine, and I'll kind of show you what it looks like when you're freshly logged in as a new user. Go ahead and click continue to log in. Perfect. So if you notice up at the top your leagues and how it says you're not enrolled in any leagues, what we have set up right now is you can actually click this drop down to join any of these leagues because right now they're public right now. So for example, the Gridiron Survivor League, I go ahead and click that and then click join league as if I want to join it. And if you notice, it says success here, and down here, I joined that league. And then let's say you want to join like other ones. So like this one, for instance, I want to join that league. So I want to join both these leagues. So this is how your main dashboard, in a sense, will look like when you first log in. It'll have all of your leagues that you're a part of. And right here, survivors, 7 out of 7. Or let me refresh that since we just joined. So when you refresh, you notice like if someone else joins, how it says 8 out of 8 or 3 out of 3. That tells you how many people, like how many users are left in this league. Now to kind of do the league, let's say I want to do Gridiron. So let me go ahead and click it. And then it's going to go to the weekly picks. Now, I already did my weekly pick, the Saints, because they're playing the Texans, and the Texans aren't that good.
Oh boy.
So that's my first entry. So let me go ahead and show you. So like if I didn't want to do the Saints and I wanted to change it, I could come into here, click change pick, wait for that to load real quick. Sorry, my computer is a little bit slow just because I'm streaming right now. But can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can. Can you try going back and doing a new selection instead?
Yeah. Let
I
me
know
go
we,
ahead and just sign out.
I know we just bug bashed this.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna stop sharing for now and just kind of look on it, but my computer is like pretty slow, so
I think we need to get Alex a new computer.
That's one of the
but yeah.
prizes. Just kidding.
Well, we got a few friends here. I know Ryan. Looks like Ryan could not make it, but Ryan Fur says hi. We also have Gerfeisty saying congratulations. Thank you. S- so much work has put into this. So we're definitely wanting to celebrate this. Michael, longtime friend on online. Richard, you met him right in person. Yeah,
I
mentioned
did. I did.
that. Awesome. Hello, Michael. Also, Ale is here. Alejandra, thank you for coming. Um, she's been missing for a while, so I'm glad that she's here. Missing as in staying busy. So Richard also said okay. And then Eldwin said, the loading pause is really nice. That's it does look way better than nothing there. Because as we go through the pages, there's just a lot of APIs being called and whatnot, and if there's any slight latency that the application needs, it's nice to just be there. Booked and busy. Awesome. Did you get it back up, Alex?
I'm kind of still. Oh, there we go. I don't know why, but
Face
like I
Roxy.
had like
It's funny.
felt like a Nintendo game where you just took it out, blew into it, put it back in.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Got it.
So
I
yeah,
got you
back
now.
to the change the pick team. So as you can see, I picked the Saints since they're playing the Panthers.
Mm,
And then let's
okay.
say I want to
Oh, dude, you just chose the wrong team, man. The Eagles are gonna
I know
lose
I kept
tomorrow.
changing.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
So let's say I don't know. What do y'all want me to do? I am I'm from Ohio, so like, but I'm not gonna pick the Browns because they're playing the Cowboys, and we both know they're gonna lose. So strategy
Okay.
wise, I'm probably not going to. But let's say I want to change the pick to the New York Giants. And if you notice up here, it says this is a way to like confirm, like, hey, you picked the Giants for your team for this week.
Nice.
And then I can just click the back arrow and notice how the logo changed to whatever I picked. And then there's multiple entries. And let's say I want to change my pick. And let's say for this one, I want to do the Chiefs because they're a pretty good team.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go back, notice how the Chiefs pop up. So you can have right now up to 5 entries. And once they play the game, if they get eliminated, then like that's you being eliminated from that.
Nice. And do you have an account
But
where it can you go to who gets the trinket? Do you have 5 entries in there? Do you have any entries in there?
oh yeah, so since this is new, so normally because I did this earlier and it saved my data from last time I did this, I already clicked the add new entry. But when you're first joining a league, you won't see any of this. You'll just see the button add new entry and then this will pop up. And then let's say I go to make a pick. And then let's say I do
The Cowboys. LA
no.
wants the Cowboys.
And then let's say I do that. Come back and it's the Colts. And then now let's say I'm like, oh, I want to do another entry for this week. So you go ahead and click add new entry. And then the next one pops up and then you can make a pick. And then I'll look at that later. And then let's say for this one, I want to do the Bills. And then you come back and
Nice.
notice how everything's updated and you can keep adding up to 5 entries.
And what happens when you refresh the page?
And then when you refresh, it still shows it.
Cool.
Yep. So it keeps in your data, like you could log out. So like, let's say I sign out and then sign back in, like all your data is still stored and like it remembers. See how it notices the leagues, and then let's say you come back, see how it still has all your data saved.
Awesome. Very cool.
Anything else you want me to demo?
Nope. I think you signed out last time, so
Yep.
make you sign out again. There
Perfect.
we go. Thank you very much. Hello, Chris. Thanks for coming. Oh, I can't hear you. I'm so sorry.
Hello.
Hello. So Alex just demoed the application. We just talked about the Gridiron Survivor. I think now I can talk about what we need from our friends and anybody that wants to participate. So right now, if you go to gridironsurvivor.com, it may not work right now. We have to kind of do some bug bash there. But when we're ready, we would love for you to come and join us in our league, which is the Gridiron Survivor League. You have up to 5 entries. This will not only help us by collecting data, but you get to participate in this league with us as well. And the awesome thing is a few of our sponsors are offering some prizes for the individual winner. So first, I want to mention that Front End Mentor is going to give a 1-year pro membership for the winner, which is amazing because Front End Mentor has a lot of challenges and a lot of projects that you can work on to just test and try out your skills in various languages. You can choose whatever you want as well. They have industry standard designs that you can use to build your projects, which is great for your portfolio and also great for you just to kind of have a project, because sometimes it's very difficult to like come up with a new project, right? The other one that was just confirmed a few seconds ago is that Blog Recorder will also give away a subscription. So if you haven't heard of Blog Recorder, I think Chris can tell us about Blog Recorder.
Blog recorder, where you record your voice. Like let's say the whole point. So the idea is you got it on your phone, you pull up blog recorder and you go, man, I'm driving, or let's say not driving, you want to be safe. You're just chilling and you have this idea for a blog post. Well, you press record and you speak to it, and the AI is super impressive because you just talk to it like you're writing your blog, and then it actually creates headers for you. It creates bullet points for you. It puts everything down as a starting place for you to start your blog. Then from there, you can edit the MDX or rich text format of it, copy it, and move it to whatever blog platform that you use with, whether it's Dev2, something you host on your personal site, or whatever. And it speeds up the process. There's a lot of Kent C. Dodds uses it. There's a lot of people. He was actually the first customer, so it's very useful, especially if you have a hard time getting out on paper. Just talk about it, and it's pretty cool what it can record for you.
Very, very cool. And those are the two announcements for now. I want to slow roll this. There is more to come. We do have other sponsors that sponsor this project as well, and there will be more prizes to give away for the individual winner at the end. So we'll definitely be promoting this out so that we can have anybody that wants to join be a part of this. So it'll be awesome for y'all to come help us kind of debug this application. We are still just in alpha mode, so testing internally to kind of get some kinks out. But yeah, so the next part of this is just let's celebrate. Like, congratulations, everyone. We launched an application to the wild, wild. What is that? to the internet,
Oh, it's the
interwebs,
Alani.
to the interwebs. It's not every day that you launch a product to the interwebs. Like, it's a lot of hard work, and I mean, you can launch a site and whatnot, but it's been an amazing journey with each and every one of you. Like, from the beginning, I didn't know what we were gonna do. All I knew is we're gonna build this thing, and we're gonna see where it goes. But along the way is teach and have y'all learn and just kind of level up your skills and utilize them as well. One thing I know that I wanted to do for y'all was to give you exposure and to give you opportunities to learn and grow. So I would love to hear from any of you if you wanted to share any things that you have learned, any things that you cried about, any like just any celebratory items.
Yeah, I love to start first. One thing I definitely want to celebrate is the like-minded group of community of the developers, the group that you have had. Those people who have come, those people who are here now, and those who have yet to come. I love how we're all like very goal-oriented, go-getters, go-figure-outers, and if we're having a tough time, we help each other dig out the hole. So not only just through code, but life-wise too. So celebrate this group. So that's my first one.
I want to say that for me, I'm grateful for all the new opportunities that Gridiron has presented to me. Being able to pivot from front-end developer to technical writer to back-end developer to functional developer, I was able to not only collaborate with all the different members of the team, but I was also able to experience what it's like to be a part of the different teams and what each experience was like being a part of them.
And you got an internship too out of this.
Yeah,
which is
I
fantastic.
did. Yeah, it was a great. I wasn't expecting it at all. I'm like, Shashi was me and me were talking like one-on-ones, like, oh yeah, you just mentioned something really interesting. You're interested in technical writing, and organizing. Want to pivot? I'm like, sure, why not? And then I pivoted, and then one thing led to another, and I became the technical intern writer at Appright.
And yeah, for me, I will say, like, before I joined Gridiron, like, I was by myself, like, just watching YouTube videos and teaching myself. And once I got immersed into Gridiron, like, I just felt my learning ability just skyrocket because I was surrounded by like-minded people that wanted to help and that were constantly helping me. And like, I've just been amazed at how much I've grown since I've been here.
Yeah, I can echo that too. Is that from the beginning of everyone's journey on this project, everyone has really leveled up. If it was through coding, logic, unit testing, I think everybody leveled up on that one, and cried too.
I think all right, so where I at the beginning, I took a ticket and I fixed everything that I saw when I was working on that ticket. Like we had some PR Shashi where I was like, oh, I did too much. And I think something where I definitely grew was, okay, here's the task of the ticket. If I come across something else that is off, unless it's blocking
Mhm.
my PR from being built on the server, don't touch it, right? Create a ticket for it or do a to-do comment or something that documents what it is. Let Shashi know, do a ticket about it, and we'll review it later in the sprint reviews. And I think that has helped me get more tickets done that make more of an impact rather than focusing so much time on things that really didn't need to be focused on. From I'm not on the UX, UI team. So does it work? Great. Push it forward. There, the team will come in and make that update rather than me going a little OCD and wanting it to look pretty right away.
Yep, it's that solo mindset. When you work on it yourself, you just do everything, and you just do everything right away, and just get everything going. When you work in a team and a product, it takes time, and there's so many things to do. Sometimes that little item that you found is not a priority, and it's okay. Like, bring it up, let's work on it, and we'll figure out when to squeeze it in later. Unless if it's like Chris said, right? Something is blocking, or if we need it immediately, then we do it.
Yeah, hey guys, how's it going? I guess for me, it's definitely been an experience working with the team and just being able to, or not being able to, but learning how to communicate with everyone and having to depend on an issue that's being worked on in order to work on yours, and the whole workflow has just been a pretty good experience. But one of the toughest things I've had to struggle with is communication for sure. But it's a learning progress. But not just want to say thanks to Sashi for putting this together. It's definitely been a good experience.
Yeah, I think communication is something that everyone struggles with, even experienced individuals. So, this project was very interesting because there are like 9 or 10 juniors or aspiring individuals, and I have experience, but um, I also have experience working with inexperienced individuals. So teaching y'all and like hounding you, like, hey, Eddie, you need to go talk to Alex. Like, just go work it out, right? Like, you work with him and figure this out. Like, I don't want to, like, I don't want you to come directly to me. Go work with Tim, because that's how day to day is going to be at a real company. Is sure you can come to me, but I'm going to be so busy with meetings all day long that your best bet is to go to your peers. And also, then you learn from one another, and then you will gain that knowledge from each other. And then cross functionally, right? Going to like Mai and Richard, and then going especially to like Jana and myself, like understanding when to go there, how to communicate, because each and every one of us has a different communication style. Like, do you go in soft? Do you go in hard? Do you message them first? Do you email them, or do you, like, and availability why too, right? Like, we're not doing this full time, so we have to understand. Okay, if I ask a question to, let's say, Ryan, he won't get to us until after work because he has a full time job. Sometimes he answers us during the day, which is on him, but the work that he does is after hours, and so he won't get to till then. So having that balance and understanding is very difficult, for a remote team, but not just that, but like a part-time team. So it's a great achievement that we even got here. We got to the point where we're able to release this and have users actually use the application. I think that is a great achievement on its own.
For sure. I definitely agree with that. Having come from Appright and having been a part of a startup company and like seeing what it's like, especially being a part of a knit and seeing what it's like to release a new version of the application, I was able to see like the similarities between Gridiron Survivor and Appright in terms of like how it's structured and how Shashi structures the group and like how the project is run. And I see a lot of like similarities in that sense, in terms of both communication and collaboration, as well as like how PRs are approached, and like when it comes to asking for feedback or reaching out for like, hey, can you look at my PR and review it,
Also, yeah, speaking of that, like, you had a unique experience because you were with this project for a few months, and then you went to work for Appright as an intern. Um, Speaking to other aspiring developers, how important is it to have strong technical skills opposed to having soft skills?
I think soft skills now more than ever, I really am going to advocate for stronger softer skills, because one of the things that I regret doing that I didn't do at the time was looking at the code, like the source code of the application, because honestly, a part of me was kind of terrified to look at it because it was kind of overwhelming for me. Because like looking at it, I'm like, oh my god, I have no idea what this is, any of this is. If this is PHP, or like this is Felt, or like this was
Yeah.
and right, and so like it was really overwhelming for me. And honestly, I think if I had taken that initiative and if I had like reached out to someone on the team like, hey, can you go over this for me real quick and like show me like, hey, this is how you set this up. Like for example, the SDK generator in Appright. I think I would have been able to be more fruitful in both my documentation as well as being self-dependent when writing a lot of the articles, because in the beginning I was really struggling with a lot of the back and forth in terms of PRs, and reducing that was a huge goal for me from beginning to end.
Nice. Would you say that being a part of the Gridiron Survivor helped you transition over to working at a company like Appright?
100%. I would say that it helped me be more comfortable talking to people online, like reaching out to them, being like, hey, I need this done. Like, can you please look at my PR to get reviewed? Or, hey, can you please review this? Or, hey, I need feedback on this. Or, hey, I have a question. Like being comfortable with that, I really underestimated what Gridiron provided me in that sense, because I was already so used to like reaching out to Chris or Jason or Mai or Alex, like just online, just DM me like, hey, yeah, can you just help me out with this, And so when I transitioned over to Appright, I realized like, oh, I'm already used to this. Like I can reach out to Eldad or Steven or Laura in the growth team. Like I'm comfortable with reaching out to them and be like, hey, I need help to finish this ticket. Can you please like give me the resources I need to finish this ticket? And I think in that sense, it was very helpful. And also like a lot of the basic things that a lot of junior developers are very unfamiliar with, like for example, sprint boards and just being familiar with epics and stories, and as well as like the point system. Apple doesn't exactly use a point system, but like there's a very similar sense of like what priority
Mhm.
items to take in terms of tickets. So yeah.
Nice. That's great to hear. That's been my hope with this project and creating it, is being able to onboard you onto these skills. That way, it gives you an edge when you are applying for jobs or talking to companies. Because the number one thing for companies that's time consuming is onboarding, right? If I'm going to bring on a junior and I have to teach you everything, I'm not bringing you on. It's too much work for me. But if you already have skills and understandings of these certain skill sets and processes, then it's a lot easier for me to be like, oh yeah, like if I bring on Alex, it's going to be way easier. It's still going to take time, but it's going to be way easier for him to get onboarded, get going, and I'm going to spend less time with him than if I bring somebody fresh that has no experience in sprint boards or sprint planning or pull requests, reviews, and going through the motions of like the back and forth, right? Like these things are on the daily. That's what you do every single day, right, Richard? Like this is what you do
Mhm.
every single day.
Yep.
Like it doesn't change. It's what you do every day. It's every single day. Yeah, you might have some meetings and some fun stuff, but that's what you do every day. Is
Yeah.
you build something, you review it, you ask questions, you're stuck, you get clarification, you keep moving, you have to debug to find solutions. It's problem solving at its peak. Like
Hmm.
every day is different, every week is different, but you're using these skills, these soft skills to find solutions. How are you
Hmm.
going to find them? What's the best way to do it? What skills do you have to do that, to achieve your goal of figuring out the solution that was, or the issue that was given to you?
Hmm.
So
I would also add that like being a part of this group, I was able to be more comfortable taking initiative and asking questions. Like I know like I've already met you, Shashi, so I'm very familiar with like being able to talk to you, but like the idea of like you being a senior UX engineer can be intimidating to a lot of people, like reaching out to you and be like, hey, can you help me out with this?
yeah.
And so being able to talk to you in this environment, in this project, I was able to be more comfortable reaching out to someone like Eldad, who is the CEO
Mhm.
and founder of AppRay. And that kind of title is just like, oh
Yeah,
my God. But like when I
yeah,
met him, I'm like, oh, he's actually kind of nice. And so I'm like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I just chatted with him. Like, oh my God, I just talked to Eldad,
That's awesome. Any kudos?
Lots of kudos.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry to start first again, everybody. I have to steal the light here a little bit. But there's a lot of kudos. First and foremost, lots of kudos to you, Sashi. I think like the reason I don't know how others. I can't speak for others, but I want to attribute a lot of my growth because I'm able to grow so much because you give really good, solid feedback. The tough love, but the much needed tough love to grow and prosper. Also on top of that, you give a safe and comfortable space to come talk to,
Mm,
not only just about about problems and being able to say, hey, tone it down. Okay, you're going too far. You don't need to make it that complicated. So thank you for creating such a safe zone for that. And oh my goodness, there's so much kudos to say to everybody. I just want to say kudos, like on top of my head, kudos to you, Chris. Beautiful code. I always love reading your code. And thank you for just always sitting down and giving such good, thorough walkthrough about the code changes, what's happening, what's going behind, and being able to translate the code so well. Alex, thank you so much for jumping in. You're always such a great helper, and I love how you pick things up so quickly. And also, Eduardo, I love how you're able to just go ahead and just get started on your code. Not afraid to ask for help, and I love that. So, Rich, thank you for always just being involved in this group and always contributing code reviews because yeah, we need to. I need to get to that a little faster. So yeah, and a lot of kudos to other people as well. I know a lot of us work full time. So yeah, so a lot of kudos to other people that aren't here as well. So I'm just really happy to be in this group.
Yeah, no, the same. Kudos to everyone that was on the team. Special kudos to Sashi, like Mai just mentioned, just for putting all of this together, and like she mentioned, creating a safe space for all of us. I know I've gone to you for some personal stuff, and you know you've always been there, so I appreciate that.
You're
And
welcome.
huge kudos to Chris. Like Mai mentioned, your code has been it's been amazing. You've been a huge help, especially on the back end when we first started. You were a huge help with that, and Alex as well. Kudos to you. Thanks for helping me out whenever I needed a hand. And Ryan, he's not here, but I know he's watching. So thanks to you as well. And Richard, thanks for being supportive too. You've been there for all of us, even when you were at Upright. So appreciate that.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah, kudos to Shashi, like big one. Like I honestly don't know where I would be at if it weren't for you and Gridiron. Like just just the fact of like how you're able to teach us, like that's experience that like is priceless. Like when you look at my code and you dissect it and tell me what I'm doing wrong, like I would never think of that for like years of my career. And just having you share that with us is just so priceless. And definitely this goes to everyone, and especially Chris, because I pretty sure I bothered him a lot when I first started out. I was like, Chris, help me. But like you guys have all been such a big help from when I first joined. Like you're the reason I was able to like kind of pick this up. Like anytime I had questions and stuff, you guys were all there to like help answer and help out. Even Richard, like definitely like whenever I freaked out when I deleted the league from the database and screwed everything up, like you immediately jumped on the call and like helped me out with it. Like I'm just so thankful for that. And definitely my like your take on like data structures and algorithms, like it's taught me like a new way to like look at things. And Eddie, like when you like reach out for help and like ask for help, like you're not afraid, and like I loved and really enjoyed helping you. Oh my gosh, little tears. And Ryan, good too, thanks. I'm just kidding, but Ryan, like honestly man, you're like amazing, and thank you so much for all your help, and everyone else that's watching this part of Gridiron.
Jason, thank you, Jason, for all the organization tasks, keeping us on track, being a huge support. And I think, you know,
There you go, Alex.
get a
Here.
gift.
Where are you? Where are you? Over here. Over here. There you go. There you go.
Get Alex a Kleenex. Jeez. No, but I think huge shout out to everyone. I think everyone is the great thing about this project is we put in what we can in the week. The expectation is do what you can. If 1 week you take a completely week off to go to that conference, then take a week off to go to that conference. It's fine. You know, and everyone's learning and growing at different paces. And the great part is we're all open to hearing each other out, from Carlos the bug basher who found the most insane bug that I don't know how he found it, and then we spent all night trying to figure it out. I just think everyone has contributed so much valuable code and effort towards all of this. It's been really cool to see everyone grow, and including the communication from the beginning to now is
so much better.
Night and day. We're interacting with one another, we're talking with one another, we're helping each other out when we can. And I think we all have gotten used to each other too as a team, to know that, when we step in to help out in specific areas, or Shashi, you ask us to take over a component or something, it's not because someone isn't doing it well, and it's not a negative thing, but we all take it as a way to learn from one another. And that's really cool. That's going to provide more growth than, if I were to hold my code to this specific, like, no, I wrote it, you can't tell me what, like, oh gosh, there's things that people catch that I don't see. I'm like, how did I not see that? And now when I write code, I see it because I've experienced it before. So really kudos to everyone, and you, Shashi, and Ryan, who's not here, and Jennifer, and Jason, and everyone's done a cool job.
I want to say kudos to the members who were first a part of Gridiron Survivor, Adam, Melissa, and then I believe, and then Eduardo was a part of the original team, and then I believe he came back afterwards. So kudos to all of them. If it wasn't for the original team, I don't know where we would be now with Gridiron. And with the original team, we were able to bring in Chris and Jason and Ryan, who were wonderful additions to the team and who were very valuable into bringing their distinct and unique value with their perspectives and their skill sets. And then we were able to bring in Alex as well. And my Jen, like all the members were great to work with, and it was wonderful to get to know them better and just to work so closely with them. And of course, kudos to Shashi and Rudy. Without Rudy, this project would probably not exist, and we wouldn't have a client. So shout out to Rudy and shout out to you, Shashi, for knowing Rudy and reaching out to us. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. I would say this to everyone, that I have seen tremendous growth in each and every one of you. I would also state this, that if anybody is wondering if these individuals are worth it to interview or hire, I would say yes. The growth that they have shown is growth I've seen from other juniors and interns that I have worked with. The beauty of it is that I had to take the grunt of the pitfalls from their skills and level them up, right? Because if you had to do it on your own, it is a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of headache, and a lot of everything. But being able to mold these individuals to what I feel like is the best of what they can become, I think that is the best thing. And I feel like each and every one of these individuals deserves at least an interview for you to discuss with and talk to see if they fit your culture and your team. I hope that the junior and junior market gets better, because many of these individuals should already have jobs by now. No joke. But I can see that every one of these individuals will eventually find something with their hard work and determination. And learning from this project too. The process that we have is no joke. Like it's legit. It's well-run oil, or what do you call it? How do you say that? Well-run oiled machine. Well-run oiled, whatever. Something.
I think
Right.
It's oiled up and it's buttered up. It's
Rudy.
Oh.
a well-oiled
Oiled
machine.
machine.
Well,
Okay,
wow.
I got it.
But here's something I want to ask Shashi, so we can circle back to something here. How do you pronounce Ryan's last name?
Fur.
Oh my gosh.
Furrier. Fur.
Oh, we're getting there. It's getting better.
Whatever. He's furrier than me.
He's our furry little friend.
Oh, you know. But back, just back to the kudos too is yeah, and there's still more to do with this project. Obviously, we launched the alpha, but there's a lot more little tasks to do. We are positioned next season, this is next year, to make this into a SaaS product. We want to get to achieve that goal. We have the admin panel that we're building right now to allow league admins to maintain and manage their leagues. And so all that's coming up. It's already in the process. It's not a part of the alpha, but it will be released soon here as well. So there's lots of things that are coming up for this. So lots of learnings, lots of growings. And I also need to position this project to see where I want it to go as well. It's come a long way. Obviously, the goal is to have these individuals get kicked off the team because they got a job. So that's still the goal. That way, we can have new individuals come in and we continue to cycle through this project. You know, a lot of people I talk to about this and why we're doing this, they just really they love it. They enjoy it. They know it's a need. A lot of the other companies have um, tried this or are doing this already too. So it's definitely not nothing new. But the newness is that we're building in public. We're learning together. Hopefully, can share our learnings as well with the individuals out there. Cool. Any last words from anybody? Nobody wants to say anything.
Come join the Gridiron Survivor League. Make a league. Join. Test it with us. Let us know any feedback and like any bugs that you find.
Yeah.
Just wait till Shashi Tech tweets out that we can log in.
Yeah. Wait till we're fully ready. And again, there's amazing prizes that you will receive. Unless if I win, like somehow I can rig it and win it. So I'm sorry, guys. So never know.
It's okay. I have a database access. I can.
You can reverse everything.
I'm like eliminated, set to true.
But yeah, no, I'm excited too. I love the NFL. So the season's starting tonight. The Chiefs are going against the Ravens. I was not paid to say that. I wish I was, so we can pay off our debt from this project. But
Go Taylor Swift.
oh yeah. Did you see the commercial, the trailer?
Yeah.
The MVP from the previous season, right? He was shown one time. Taylor Swift was shown 5 times.
Yeah, that's funny. Like
within like 30 seconds or something like that.
like every Chiefs game, she's like shown like every commercial break or something.
Yes, they won the Super Bowl and all, but she did not win the Super Bowl. So we're probably gonna see a lot of her. What's the over under on how many times we're gonna see her? 5? 10?
We should add a special group that just votes on that.
We should just add a new team like Taylor Swift.
Yes, and I did talk to somebody about one more prize that we're confirming. The winner will have their own episode on the tech commute. Jason will interview them and talk about whatever they want on the tech commute.
Do we have to audition for that?
Do you have to audition for it?
Yeah, that's just a joke off his auditions he had.
Oh yeah, because of all the audition videos. No, you don't. You just have to win the Gridiron Survivor League Survivor Pool. So that's something pretty cool. Going on a podcast, not everybody does that. So yeah, if you win, you can go on the tech commute. All right, last words are, again, like just thank you everybody for contributing to this project. It's been a wild ride. Good, like a lot of ups and downs, a lot of roller coaster, a huge roller coaster. But I can see that, like Chris was saying, communications more consistent. Everybody is contributing well. Things are moving along. Sometimes a little bit slower, but like that's how software is sometimes. Like if you move too fast, you're gonna break things. So if you move at a good pace, then you will ensure that no regressions happen and you're covering any potential issues that will come up. So we are going at a good pace right now. So we'll continue to build out features, build out things, and continue to build in public. I'm excited to see the rest of this journey and see where this project goes with everyone. So we will see y'all in the next one. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
See you.